Regarding the School 43 deficits, how will both of you, if elected, work with the school district to manage these deficits because of rising population in Coquitlam and increased capacity needs in the school system? That's especially after we've closed schools in our community.
Well, you know, if I was running a business, which I have done for 25 years, and something is happening that the bottom line, there's a loss, the first thing I'm going to do, before I make any decisions, I want to find out what the causes are. I need data. This is what I'm saying, we need an audit. Then, I will take a look and see how we can change the model. At the same time, not compromise the level of education that we are providing our young people. So, that's what I would do. But you know, let's take a look at some things. We seem to be selling school land to do other things. I've been against that because it's short-sighted. We don't know what's going to happen in certain areas of the district. We're selling land and then we buy at a much higher cost in the future. We can't do that. We as a community, we have to set our priorities. And if priorities include education, then let's make sure that we give the best education that we can afford. And I think we owe it to our young people.
Thank you. Ms.
Rayner. The school district has this unfortunate situation of this $12 million deficit. Our ministry staff have been working closely with the school district to ensure that these 142 positions stay as far away as they can from the classroom to minimize the impacts to classrooms and to kids. What I would do in the future is to ensure that our province has a very close relationship with our school district, and to ensure that everyone within the school district, all the different partner groups, the parents, teachers, our support staff, our principals, our administrators, our district staff, all work closely together. We do have a fabulous school district. We have some fabulous programs in our school district. We have fabulous employees working in our school district. And I have absolutely no doubt that if everybody pulls together, we will get through this. Thank you.
We can see how important the topic is, because we have another one. What strategies will you support for better preparing our high school students for post-secondary education? And a follow-up to that question, and how can we keep our best students here in BC at BC universities? Ms. Rayner?
Actually, we have done a lot of work to ensure that our students do stay here in BC. As I mentioned earlier, we've expanded the number of seats in British Columbia to 32,000. We've also allowed many of our local colleges to offer degree programs. Years ago, students used to have to take their undergraduate courses at college, and then they'd have to transfer up to a university to get their degree. That's no longer the case. Now kids can go to school close to home. It's much easier for them. They're much less likely to go out of province for their education. Thank you.
One thing that we are forgetting is that when a young person is going through high school, they need some guidance. You know, to only encourage young people to go to university and get a degree is not the right answer. I think that we have to provide a number of opportunities to young people. We have to tell them what are the jobs that we have here if you want to stay here. And you know, skills training is very important. Colleges, technical degrees. We can't just have everybody go out and get a bachelor's degree in arts or whatever. We need a variety of opportunities, and we must provide that type of counseling well before grade 12. When it's too late, you know, they're doing something. I speak with a lot of young people that are coming back to school, and they're going to BCIT, and they're taking some highly skilled training in engineering, in nursing, in communication, and they've already had a degree. Yes, it is great to get a degree. It shows that you have the ability to learn, but we also have to tell these young people that that is not enough. You must have some specialized skills to be able to fill the jobs of today and the jobs of the future.
Thank you. Mr. Trasolini, this is directed towards you. In the TV Leaders debate, when asked about forging a memo to mislead the police investigation, Adrian Dix attempted to place some of the blame on being only 35 years of age. This person who wrote this is an 18-year-old university student. If I was caught plagiarizing a paper, I would be expelled and not receive my tuition back, much less pay back the $75,000. Do you think it's appropriate for Adrian Dix to blame the issue on his age? And what message does this send for younger people?
No, Adrian Dix has said that it wasn't appropriate. He's owed up to it, and he has apologized. And you know, I say to the 18-year-old young man, or young woman, I don't know who it was, 18-year-old, say, yeah, well, you know what, when I was 18, I had black and white. The world was black and white. But I think that the years, age, maturity adds a sense of understanding of the human being. And, you know, I know I stand up and say I've made mistakes. I'm sure if you ask the average person, they'll say, yeah, they've made mistakes. If you want saints to be politicians, I don't think that we would be there. You know, we're fallible. We're like you. We make mistakes. But what is important is to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, and I've learned from that. I remember when Gordon Campbell was caught drinking in Hawaii, he made a mistake. And you know what? The Premier, Christy Clark, was on TV saying, you know what, human beings would make mistakes. And British Columbians accepted that. They accepted it. In fact, they re-elected Gordon Campbell a few times. So I think it's, you know, judging without looking at, you know, our own fallible side. I think it's not the thing to do. I would be the first one to forgive.
Thank you. Ms. Beamer, would you like to make a comment?
Thank you. It's always great when somebody takes responsibility for their actions, but to blame this on the age, I don't think that's appropriate. I think all of us have an idea, you know, when kids are young, they're going to make mistakes, and we try to teach them the consequences of that. Or the consequences of their action. We try to bring that to their attention and to teach them and use that as a learning moment. But to blame something because you were age 35, I'm not sure about that. It doesn't seem appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Reamer, what is your position on offshore workers taking jobs away from Canadians?
Well, this is an issue, of course, that came up with respect to the coal miners. I do always want to make sure that our citizens are employed first before we go offshore. And I do know that that was a concern of many MLAs, and those concerns were expressed within the media. I think that's something that the federal government is working on currently, and I think that we have to be very cognizant that we need to be employing our own people. I also, though, want to say as well, though, that we do live in a global economy, and so there's going to be our people going to other countries. There's going to be other countries' people coming to us simply by the fact that we are a global economy. Thank you.
I'm not against people coming from other countries, immigrating to this country to become future citizens of the country, get jobs. But there's something wrong when we bring in foreign workers and we pay them less than we would our own workers. You know, that to me, that's demeaning, and as a Canadian, you know, I'm ashamed of that. And the federal government, rightly so, yesterday, I think announced that they're going to change that. But you know, it goes back to training our young people. Let's train our young people to fill the jobs. You know, if we didn't have young people available or of any age for the jobs, I could understand, bring people from other countries. But what do we say to our young people unemployed? You know, do we ignore them, neglect them, and then we chastise them when they go on unemployment insurance or welfare or whatever? The secret is education. The secret is counseling at high school, educate our young people, make them fit to work in their own backyard before we go anywhere else.